Good evening. Today is Tuesday, 13th September. I am Dr. Sheel Nidhi Tripathi. You are listening to the Radio Bharati News Podcast, presenting you the latest news updates. Beginning with the headlines. India to host G20 Summit in September 2023, hold over 200 meetings during its presidency. Deadly clashes erupt between Armenia and Azerbaijan. My dream has come true, says Carlos Alcaraz, youngest world number one. Now, the news in detail. India will host the G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi on September 9 and 10 in 2023 under its presidency, the Ministry of External Affairs announced on Tuesday. India will assume the presidency of the G20 for 1 year from December 1, 2022 to November 30, 2023 and is expected to host over 200 meetings across the country. Beginning in December 2022, India, as G20 presidency, will be inviting Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Netherlands, Nigeria, Oman, Singapore, Spain and UAE as guest countries. The G20 or Group of 20 is an intergovernmental forum of the world's major developed and developing economies. It comprises 19 countries: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the UK and the US, and the European Union (EU). Collectively, the G20 accounts for 85% of the global GDP, 75% of international trade, and two-thirds of the world population, making it the premier forum for international economic cooperation. Armenia and Azerbaijan have reported new border clashes. The fighting, which broke out early on Tuesday, marks the latest flare-up between the armed foes, who fought a war in 2020 over the contested Nagorno-Karabakh region. Armenia's defense ministry said Azerbaijan launched intensive shelling against Armenian military positions in the directions of the cities of Goriz, Sok, and the Zermuk. Azerbaijan's troops have allegedly used drones as well as artillery and large caliber firearms. Armenia's armed forces have launched a proportionate responses, ministry mentioned. Azerbaijan's defense ministry accused Armenia of large-scale subversive acts near the districts of Dashkesin, Kelbazar and Lashin on the border, adding that its army positions came under the fire, including from trench mortars. There have been frequent reports of fighting along the Armenian-Azerbaijan borders since the end of their 2020 war. The neighbors have fought two wars over the Nagorno-Karabakh region. The Armenian-populated enclave in Azerbaijan conflict first broke out in the late 1980s when both sides were under Soviet rule and Armenian-focused captured swaths of territory near Nagorno-Karabakh, long recognized internationally as Azerbaijan's territory, but with a large Armenian population. About 30,000 people died in the ensuing conflict. Spanish teenager Carlos Alcaraz wrote his name in history books on Sunday night when he claimed his maiden Grand Slam title at the US Open to become the youngest man to rise to the world number one ranking. The 19-year-old showed tremendous grit in defeating Norway's Casper Ruud. Alcaraz, the first teenager to claim the top ranking, is the youngest Grand Slam men's champion since his idol Rafael Nadal in the 2005 French Open. He is also the youngest champion in New York since Pete Sampras in 1990. Now, the weather report. The maximum temperature for the day is 33 degrees Celsius. The minimum temperature of the day is 26 degrees Celsius. That's all for today. See you tomorrow with more news updates. You are listening to the Radio Bharati News Podcast.